All right, we are here with David Almaguer of San Antonio. David, could you just, I guess, give us an introduction to who you are?
I'm a local artist here in San Antonio. Um, I do mostly stencil work. All the images I hand cut, and it's really more because I use stencils because I like the repetition of the image, and it allows me a lot of versatility where I can just take the same image and change it up a little bit every single time. So it's never the same.
Nice. Where did you get started? Are you from San Antonio?
Yeah, I'm from San Antonio. Yeah,
Okay.
I was born and raised here in San Antonio, and a friend of mine was doing graffiti when I was in college, and he was telling me about it. He's like, "Yeah, these stencils too." And showing me some of his work, and it was at that point when I was trying to figure out what I really wanted to do, and was just doing stencils just for fun. And it started really developing a certain style and a technique, and it just took off from there, really.
Cool. Now, I watched the video on your website, and there was something in there about I believe it was your mother who had a
My
big
grandmother,
stencil.
yeah. I use like lace tablecloths. Here's an example of one of them. And this one's I just buy, like, this one here is just from, it's like a regular store.
Okay.
This is like a vinyl tablecloth. It's not the fabric ones, but they represent like my grandmother. She was the one who really got me or exposed me to art as a young kid. So I keep trying to put that in as many paintings that I have. You can tell a lot of them have these little like lace patterns or doily patterns behind them. It's in my grandmother's influence.
Oh, okay.
My work, yeah.
All right. What are you currently working on?
Right now, I'm working on this series this is one of the pieces right here. It's an alter ego that I've created for myself. It's kind of still taking off from when I was doing graffiti, and I would go under the name Zayas.
Zayas?
Yeah, Zayas.
How'd you come up with that?
Well, I'm a huge fan of Planet of the Apes. So
Okay.
it's Dr. Zayas, and it just sounds good. The letters look really nice. So that was always the thing, and so now it's been some years since I've used the name. So I just figured, you know what, I'm gonna bring Zayas back, and in full force. And this is the character now, which is essentially me in a lucha libre mask.
Nice.
So I've been doing that. These are part of the series as well. These are small little candles where I've taken the Sacred Heart image and superimposed my face over it, or Zayas' face over it, and so it's kind of creating a whole mythology of Zayas. They're self-portraits, but in my kind of a spin on it. It's really where it's not me anymore. I'm influenced by the work of Zayas.
Right. And you said, how are you about to spell that for us?
It's a Zaius.
Yeah, you guys. Okay.
So it's a lot of fun. I just started working on these a couple of months ago, and I still got a whole bunch of images that I'm still putting together and trying to figure out. Taking iconic photos now and incorporating Zayas into them. So I've got a couple where he was in the Beatles, just things like that. Just having a lot of fun. So it's Zayas throughout history.
Nice. Well, I actually met you at a Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center event.
Yes.
How are you involved with them, and if so, and what else are you involved in?
Well, right now they have a show, Fantastic Fuerzas, that's up till November 18th, and I'm part of that show. But I was doing a mural for them as well on their Cesar Chavez building, which is their new project space. And so I did the corners of that building.
Oh, okay.
So, if you're ever out on Guadalupe and Barazo, straight across from the theater, that's my work too.
Cool. Well, I'll go ahead and take a picture of that and put that up so everybody can see that as well.
Definitely.
Yeah. Let's see. If there was one piece of advice you can give to anybody starting off in art, what would that be?
Wow, one piece of advice. It's I guess really just keep doing what you're doing, you know, try to explore new things. I've been doing this for a while. I started about 10 years ago actually showing my work out, and for a long time it was really hard. In these past maybe about 3 years, it's been real busy, but good busy. You know, people are starting to now finally take notice, but you know, it took me all that time before to start developing and figuring out exactly what I wanted to do as an artist and what I wanted to say with my work.
Okay.
And I think that's kind of the main thing too is you don't want to just make pictures. You want to have your work to say something to somebody. I've always thought that even before I was doing these Zayas portraits, that all my work is in some way a self-portrait. I mean, it's a part of me. So you know, just find out where your voice wants to go, and just take it from there. You know, just it snowballs and it takes on its own momentum. So you know, it's a hard thing to do, but it's something that a lot of people love.
Some good advice.
There's a passion for it.
Well, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
No problem. Also, last thing, I guess, could you give us a tour of your workspace here?
Okay, well this is so my studio here at Algamuer. I've been here about almost 2 years now, and so these are some of the older pieces that I've done, and then this one actually here, was the test image that I sprayed. That's part of the mural over at the Guadalupe on the Cesar Chavez building. But then I, you know, went out with it and had a little bit of fun. So this is some of it, and you know, just piles of boxes and paintings and everything else that keeps accumulating. Just you get into work mode sometimes, and you just can't stop. So
Yeah, I know how
I've
that
been
can
cranking
be.
stuff out for the past like 2 months. So it's been crazy in here.
Cool. All right, so you have the Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center with a fantastic Fuerzas.
Yes.
Anything else on the horizon?
Right now, no. Actually, I think I might be done for the rest of the year, or hopefully I am. Things have been pretty crazy, but with me, you never know. Someone might give me a call next week and say, "Hey, you know, we have a show in 2 weeks. Can you be in it?" So I work pretty fast, so that's always a good thing. So yeah, I never really planned my shows that far ahead.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, I think that will do it for us. Or is there anything else that you want to tell us that that I left out?
no,
Yeah.
I think we covered pretty much everything. You know, my stencil. Here's an example if you want to see how my stencils look like.
Sure.
I cut it on this like plastic. It's acetate, and so this is actually the stencil for this one here, and you can kind of see a little, and you can tell like all the paint just piles up on it. It gets really thick. So
Right.
after a while, this thing gets kind of heavy.
And how do you cut that out?
With an X-Acto blade, just a regular small X-Acto blade.
Oh, wow. So you do that by hand.
Yeah, so these are all cut by hand.
And do you draw those stencils? Or-
This one actually, because it was off a photograph I had taken of myself and everything, what I do is I'll print it out to size just on Photoshop real quick, just to get to the size I want. And usually I go in with a marker over that image and pick the lines I want to use and kind of draw it out to the style I do.
Okay.
You can kind of see that's like the negative image of this.
Yeah. All right. Well, we do appreciate your time, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And feel free to check out his work. He has some cool stuff. Guadalupe Cultural Arts Center. What's your website?
DavidAlmaguer.com.
All right. And I'll go ahead and put a link to that on my website as well so everybody can find it. All right. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.